Blessings, my people, in the name of Jah. Lessons learned in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. The first lesson is found in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verses 1, the first 4 words, and it states, "In the beginning, God." What does that mean? Anything that you do, God has to come first. Otherwise, it's bound to fail. So God comes first in everything you want to do. So if there is anything that you have put anything first instead of God, it's going to fail. That's the news. So number 2 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 3, and it says, "Let there be light." It talks about the light of God wisdom, God knowledge. And when the Bible uses the word let, it means it can't be undone. It is it. So when he says let there be light, anything that he ordered to have light got the light. For example, if you see a seed, when you plant a seed, there is no one who gives it the knowledge to germinate and become a fully grown crop. That's the light I'm speaking about. That's the light in Genesis chapter 1, verses 3. Lesson number 3 is God saw the light and it was good. Anything that goes against God's nature, it is opposite of good. Anything that goes against God's light, it is the opposite of good. Lesson number 4 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 4 to 5. It separates the light from the darkness. The darkness is the evil, and the light is the holy side. So God meant us to grow in light. So if you're in darkness and you want to escape from darkness, you only need to seek Him, because He is the one who separates the light from darkness. It's there in Genesis chapter 1, verses 4 to 5. Lesson number 5 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 3 to 25. When God says, it is so. And when He says, things just become what He says. So go read about your promises, because when God says, it is so. Lesson number 6 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 10, verses 18, verses 21, verses 25, and verses 31. What He says is good. So anything that God says is good, whether you like it or not, whether you feel bad about it or not, what He says is good. So when you try to go against what God has said, it's the opposite of good. Lesson number 7 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 26. He speaks to everything. God spoke to the void and it became. He said, "Let there be light," and it became. He spoke everything into existence until creation of man. God can speak to anything. So if you're only waiting for your message from the pastor, you're actually missing a lot of messages from God. So just be spiritually conscious and you'll hear God speaking. God can speak to anything. So that's there. That's not my word. That's there in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 26. He just spoke everything into existence. Yeah. Lesson number 8 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 27. God made us in His own image and likeness. What does that mean? We are exactly like God, but God is the original. We are just photocopies of God. So for us to function to our best purpose, we have to act in accordance to how He has ordered us to act, and all that is documented in the Bible. Yeah. So when you try to be creative with God's word, that's when you experience hell. Yeah, hell is a state of mind. Yeah, when you disobey God, you experience hell. Lesson number 9 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 27. God put X and Y chromosomes in man. The man determines the sex of the baby. It says, God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. You understand? By then, Eve was not created. Yeah. So He created man with male and female inside. And then later on in the verses in chapter 2 is when He created Eve. Yeah. So God made man to determine the sex of the baby. That's it. Finally, lesson number 10 is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 29. And it says, every plant that has seed and every tree that has fruit, God called it food, and He says it is for man. So what does that mean? Does it mean that weed is legal according to the Bible? Let's meet in Genesis chapter 2. But die.